Happy Spiritual Sunday to you all, and welcome back. So let me read something to you from Karen, Simple Light. And Karen writes like this: if you have a dream, a desire, and enough perseverance, the light will help you achieve your dream. But if the consciousness behind this dream is one of selfishness, you might still achieve your goal, but this will come at a cost and you won't experience lasting fulfillment. True fulfillment is having someone say, "Thank you. You have changed my life." That's why we do it. If you dream of changing your own life, then there will be little light to show you the way. And so again, the consciousness is, as we'll talk about today, the ultimate fulfillment, the ultimate joy that a person can experience is changing other people's lives, but truly changing it, not just temporarily. I mean, we can, every person on earth in some way, shape, or form may make an effort to change somebody else's life, but not necessarily in a lasting way. They'll change it for their own sake. I mean, you and I have come to understand here in the Kabbalah Center that reactive behavior, like Karen was saying, when the desire is for oneself alone, if a person looking for their own sense of fulfillment, or as we talk about, instant gratification, then they can do things that other people will, in the moment, appreciate. You do a favor for somebody. Of course, in the moment, they're going to appreciate it and they can say, "Gee, thank you very much." But if you've done it in order that they owe you something, in order that they will give you something in return, even if it's gratitude and appreciation, they'll give you credit and adulation, then it's good in the moment for you and for them. But in the long term, that's not why we're here. And so let's get started, as we do every week. We're going to say together our affirmation. And for those of you that are newer, the point of the affirmation is to wake up our true potential, wake up the hibernating, the unmanifest potential within us, the power that's waiting for us to make use of it, to not only change our life, but to change the world, to achieve our goal that we came here for. So let's strengthen our consciousness. Let's see, there we go. We say it together. Consciousness is everything. I raise my consciousness today to see the miracles and wonders of life. I commit myself to behave with greater love, compassion, and kindness towards all human beings. And of course, as we always emphasize, the all human beings is really what we're here to do and what we're going to talk about today. All right, so let's start. So if you talk about religion, and I want to just put this in our mind, as we just affirmed, consciousness is everything. And so let's have the conscious awareness of just the idea of religion. The word itself, religion, if you take it apart, the word is to re-legion, meaning to reunite. The idea is to reconnect people with God. Sounds like a great thing, but if you look over history, religion, unfortunately, has often been the force of division, hatred, animosity, and violence. Why? If it's just meant essentially to reunite people with God, the Creator, how could it be bad? Well, this is where, let's call it, the controversy comes in. Because religion has been, and I will use the term, corrupted into an idea of the distinctions of what God wants. In other words, simple terms, to reunite ourselves with God, there has to be a system, there have to be ways and means. So religion because over the centuries it's gotten changed and it's become controversial in that different religions and even within religions often appear to teach different things, sometimes even blatantly contradictory things. But then there's Kabbalah. You and I have come to understand, unless you're brand new to this, you and I have come to understand that Kabbalah, essentially the Zohar, the source of all spiritual, scientific, emotional, mental laws of the universe, literally the blueprint of the universe, and the wisdom called Kabbalah that comes from it, it is the universal blueprint. It is the essence of humanity's technology of the soul. And it teaches us the purpose of life. Now, how can we say that Kabbalah, because unfortunately, even in the traditional way, which I believe is forms of corruption, people have come to know Kabbalah as Jewish mysticism. So how can that be universal? But you and I have learned in the Kabbalah Center, the Zohar is the blueprint of the universe. And therefore, when we delve into its wisdom and its understanding, it's easier to see. So how do we say Kabbalah is universal? Because whether you've learned parts of the Zohar, you've learned with us Kabbalah classes, if you simply look at Genesis 1, which no matter what religion, there is a fundamental belief in at least the 5 books of Moses as a source, as a foundation. So what makes Kabbalah universal? Because as the Bible says, very simply, there was only one human being that came into this world. There weren't 2 people, there was one being. Read even in the literal 5 books of Moses, Genesis 1, there was one being, and then it was split into Adam and Eve. Because there was one original being that is now not only extended, as the Bible says, into Adam and Eve, and then to Cain and Abel, and all on and on and on. It's extended today, that one soul that came with that one human being into this world. It's just today extended, not separated, extended into 8.5 billion bodies. But there's still only one soul. And as there is, and started as one soul, there has to be one technology. Simple terms. In each of our bodies, even though we have common factors, we all have heart and liver and kidneys, things like that, but essentially, my system, my physical being operates in one system. So every part of me is based on that one operating system. Let's just call it physiology. On a spiritual level, that one human being that came into this world has one operating system. And therefore, even though in the physical illusionary aspect of our 5 senses, we see 8.5 billion people on the planet, it does not mean, and the truth is, we are still one soul on that one original universal system of purpose, of operation, of tools, of structure, of wisdom. Now, if the system, or if Kabbalah is universal wisdom, meaning even in today's world has to work for 8.5 billion people, it has to be simple. Because once you add too many layers of complication, in various ways, you leave people, some of the 8.5 billion people, out of that system. So the fundamental operating system of the soul has to be simple. Now, Simple doesn't mean easy, as you and I well know. Doesn't matter how long you've been learning with us in the center, whether it's Kabbalah 1, 10 weeks, whether it's 10 years, or like many of us, 20, 30, almost 40 years, doesn't make living this system easy. It makes it powerful. It makes it extremely rewarding. It gives us the power and the ability of controlling our destiny, determining the direction of our life with the light, with blessings and greater fulfillment, or heaven forbid, with greater challenges, difficulty, chaos. So then what we're doing in the center, as many of you know, we're just teaching every human being on earth the technology of the soul, the understanding of our purpose here. And yes, as we're about to talk about, there's only one purpose to every human being on earth. Yeah, one being, one purpose. We came out of the endless world with one purpose, which we'll talk about. But the center is teaching us the tools, how to achieve our goal, our purpose, the technology of the soul, so we can stay on that operating system and not be fooled into doing other things by that AI program, we now call it, the opponent in our head that we've planted, that challenger, and it gives us the support to be able to apply this wisdom. Now, we go back, what did God want? Religion, as we talked about in the beginning, theoretically was to teach us what God wanted. But let's now talk Kabbalah. What is it that God wants? So we've learned from the Kabbalists, the Creator only wanted one thing. The Creator, and again, we can only understand the spiritual related in some way analogously to the physical world, because we can relate to the physical world. For most people, it's very difficult to see or relate to the spiritual world. So we can use, as the Kabbalists teach us, we can use the physical material world as simple examples. You can't take it 100% because, of course, the physical world has its facets of illusion and limitation. But let's start at least with a basic understanding. The Creator wants to give us, that one soul that it created, total fulfillment. The Creator, according to the Kabbalists, wanted to share its beneficence. What does that mean? Its goodness. What does that mean? The light. Because you and I understand the light is the only source of lasting fulfillment. So the Creator in the endless world simply created a soul, a container that has a desire for total lasting fulfillment from the light, and then filled it with light. The Creator, the possessor, let's call it, of the light, simply wanted to share that light and all the blessings, the eternal bliss of that light with its creation, which is that one soul that it created in what's known as the endless world. And then the Creator filled that vessel, our one soul, with this light. So what we learn from Kabbalah 1 forward is, because we could perceive, and again, metaphorically, not literally in a physical way, because when the Creator filled that one vessel, us, with light, The Creator is now eternally blissed out. Therefore, we, being created as a vessel that wants, to this day, wants infinite lasting fulfillment from the light, we realize the only way we could get that is by acting like the light. Do exactly the thing the Creator did. Create a vessel, fill it with light. That's it. So then what are we here to do? Share our light as the Creator did 24/7. The Creator, because in the endless world, there's no physicality, there's no time, space, and motion. So the Creator shared its light. In the spiritual world, everything is done. The Creator shared its light, achieved its goal, period. That's it. We are the ones down here that have to manifest the blessings of the light that's in us by our actions in this world. We came to imitate the Creator. Period. End of story. That's it. That's the universal purpose of this world. That's inherently what every one of us, because we are that one soul that was created to want, desire, lasting fulfillment from the light. That's all we're doing. Every human being on earth. If you really stop and you look back, or you look at that big picture, what does everybody want? Everybody wants to be happy. Yes, the struggle, the chaos of the world comes because people in this physical world, because of that opponent that we put in our head, people are making an effort to achieve lasting fulfillment by means that, number one, as we read from Karen, if they're thinking of themselves, will not bring them lasting fulfillment, are seeking to achieve fulfillment in literally many times opposite ways. A thief makes an effort to steal their fulfillment from somebody else. The person they're stealing it from has made an effort to have lasting fulfillment by working for it at a job or what have you. So they both are seeking lasting fulfillment, but one by taking from the other, and one by working in a job to get in what in the physical world is, quote, the normal way. But everybody wants that lasting fulfillment. So again, what does the Creator want for us? Lasting fulfillment. What has the Creator done for us? Given us all the capability, given us all the power, all the resources that we need to achieve lasting fulfillment. Now, the rest is up to us, because as we often say, the Creator's job is done. The Creator created a vessel in the endless world, which is an infinite world, spiritual world, and filled it with light. So from the Creator's point of view, its job is done. You and I, what we're down here to do is simply take our light, the light in our soul, and just share it 24/7. That's how we do it. That's how we will achieve our purpose in this world, is just unconditional, loving actions as we affirm love, kindness, and compassion to a higher degree every day. It's not we're all good people and that's enough. If that were enough, we wouldn't be seeking more. But since you and I and everybody on earth is seeking more, means there's more love, kindness, and compassion to express. There's more potential in our soul, light that has yet to be revealed. In our soul, waiting for us simply to create a vessel and shine our light there. That's it. So, unconditional, loving acts, godlike behavior, and also to support us, to help us achieve that, is to have the consciousness that we want to be like the light by seeing the light in every person, and therefore just taking the light from our soul and sharing it with another piece of the Creator. Because we've got to keep in mind, and this I know is very difficult, 8.5 billion bodies on earth that look separate from each other. But you and I understand, as we even said today, there's only one soul. It's extended into 8.5 billion bodies, but there's still only one soul, which means we are all interconnected. Even in the grandest scheme of things, there's an infinite light filling this universe. We're all surrounded in and filled with this infinite light. And therefore, to make it easier, not easy, but easier, to unconditionally share the light of God inside of us with others, it supports us, it empowers us to see through the illusion, through the five senses, to be able to see the light of the Creator in every human being on earth. Yes, we have to see through their outer behavior. That's the AI program in our head. It says, no, look at the five senses. They said something nasty. They did something mean. And therefore, we justify, with the help of that AI program, all of our reactive, self-centered, instant gratification actions, but short-term fulfillment. So our job is share our light 24/7, no matter how a person behaves on the outside. No matter how a person behaves on the outside. Our job, open up your spiritual eyes. See past the illusion. It's like we want to put on spiritual night vision goggles. If you go out in the middle of the desert, in the middle of the night, and there's no starlight or whatever, and it's just pitch black, you put on physical night vision goggles, and because they are more sensitive to frequencies of the light than our own eyes, you'll be able to see in what we would call the dark. So the same way, Kabbalah, the Kabbalah Center, teaching us how to walk around with spiritual night vision goggles, to be able to see through the illusion of the five senses, to see the light of God in every situation, in every person, in every circumstance, through the illusion of confusion and chaos. Spiritual night vision goggles, to see through the illusion of the outer behavior, through the illusion of chaos, confusion, to be able to see the light, which is pure and perfect, which is order and harmony, which has all the solutions, the guidance, the support, the direction, and the clarity, the illumination that we need to walk the path of the light and have greater and greater lasting fulfillment until we've achieved peace on earth, which is our goal. So going back to the idea that this wisdom teaches us a universal system, then as we learned from Kabbalah 1, and if you haven't taken it ever, please go online, or if you're near a physical center, go take Kabbalah 1. If you've taken it before, but it's been around a year or more, go back and take it again. Kabbalah 1 is teaching us the formula of acting like the light. And that formula is the same formula, no matter what the circumstances, no matter what the situation, no matter what's going on in your life, the world around you as you perceive it. The formula to achieve our goal, the formula to manifest all of our light and eternal blessings, the formula to live in the light 24/7 is the same for everybody. When you're triggered, pause and then share more of the light in your soul out into the world. Be proactive, we call it. Proactive, as opposed to giving in to the five senses and reacting according to the five senses, which is reactive. Pause. See through the illusion. Remember that you want the light to be the power in our life, the light to be the source of our eternal blessings. You're triggered? Yes. Triggered to feel hurt, angry, whatever it is. Pause. Acknowledge your feeling, but act in a proactive, light sharing way. It's only the opponent in our head that makes us think different situations are different. You go to work, work is going to be different than at home, home is going to be different than on the street is going to be different than what's going on in the world around you, etc. No, our work is to remember there's only one formula. It works for all situations, and therefore to translate, if you will, the system, that formula, into whatever circumstances you're facing. So let me give you a couple examples and see maybe how it looks different. So let's say a person is at work and something happens and they're triggered and they're feeling angry. Pause. What am I feeling? Anger. But instead of reacting and creating only instant gratification, but short-term fulfillment, we want to stop, pause, and send light, act like the light of tolerance, forgiveness, compassion. Once you start to emanate that light, tuned, as we'll call it, to the frequency of tolerance, forgiveness, or compassion, then there'll be an awakening, a manifestation of the next level of light, because you took the hidden light, the unmanifested light, and you shine that out. As you do that, then you can receive more guidance, more inspiration, if you will, more intuitive thoughts that will guide you what you may have to say or do physically in that situation. But the essence, the trigger was anger. You pause, send the light, act like the light, tolerance, forgiveness, compassion. Let's say you're at a party. That's not work, but you're at a party and whatever, you're talking to your friends, this and that, and all of a sudden you see somebody with something you want, something that looks better than what you've got, however you want to understand it, and triggered inside you is jealousy. What do? You pause. Again, the formula, triggered, pause. Now, what's the opposite of jealousy? Gratitude and appreciation. So once you've paused, now you can have consciousness. You can be in the now, in the moment. You say, no, I want to shine the light. I want to act like the light of gratitude and appreciation. So just start sending the light, which means you just think a beam of light from your heart and soul in the frequency of gratitude and appreciation out to that person that you are just feeling jealous towards, happy for their good, happy for the things that they have, and also at the same time, gratitude and appreciation for all the things in your life, for all the things that you have, for all the things that you've done. Then again, a stronger flow of light flowing through you. Number one, your feelings of jealousy start to dissipate. You're feeling more grateful, which is a greater sense of peace and harmony. You've revealed more of your soul's light, which gives you more lasting fulfillment and greater inspiration, guidance. Whereas Michael Berg said yesterday in his consciousness, spiritual intuition. And then let's say the third part, wherever. You're out on the street, you're in the supermarket, whatever, and you're around people you don't know. And perhaps now, for whatever reason, in those circumstances, there's a interaction. But they're new people. It's a unfamiliar situation, and triggered inside you is insecurity. Pause. Yes, you've been triggered, feeling insecure. The old you would have acted insecure, nervous, fidgety, I don't know, hesitant, maybe shy, walking away, not wanting to converse with this person or interact with these people. The new you, triggered, yes, with the feeling, because you've behaved that way up to now, insecure. You're feeling insecure, but you pause. Now, awakening consciousness. Be in the moment and say, no, my security is with the light of the Creator. I am secure in the truth, in the certainty that the light is infinite. The Creator has given me already a soul full of light that has the power, clarity to inspire me, guide me, give me motivation, awareness, how to manifest more of my blessings. And so then I will send the light and act like the light of security, because I feel I have certainty that the light, as we say, has got my back. It's protecting me. It's giving me assurance. And therefore I can send that light. And again, it just simply means I take that conscious thought to beam light out of my heart and soul in the frequency of security, certainty, trust in the infinite power and beneficence of the light of the Creator in my soul. So therefore, as we're emphasizing today, doesn't matter who, what, where, or when. Whatever the circumstances are, whatever's going on, whatever you're seeing in the world or experiencing in a personal environment, the formula is the same. Triggered, pause, and start sending light. Conscious thought, beam light out of your heart and soul to the heart and soul of all the people in that situation and out through them to the world. Now, what is religion? We said in the beginning, the origin of religion, the idea is to reconnect people with the Creator, with God. So you look and you say, yeah, but there's all the various religions. So if you can follow with me this analogy, if you take a light source, white light, and you put it through a prism, it comes out the 7 colors of the rainbow. And each of those colors, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet, have their own scientific frequency of energy that manifests as red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet. But when you combine all those 7 colors together, they manifest as the one white light, the one, if you will, light of the Creator. And therefore, the spiritual purpose or origin of religions is simply a means to share the light of the Creator and this technology that we learn in the center, the one universal technology of the soul, to all the different frequencies, if you will, of souls of people, like the 7 colors of the rainbow, in a way that will support, guide the 7 frequencies, let's call it, of the souls of humanity, to be in unity, to manifest the infinite light of the Creator as one, going back to the origin that there was only one human being came into this world. We are now 8.5 billion extensions, if you will, physical pieces, but on one soul internet. And our job And the origin of what's called religion is the ways and means for each of those unique frequencies of soul to operate the triggered pause send light to unite with all the other 8.5 billion parts back into the one infinite being that came into this world, and therefore experience peace, harmony, and, if you will, a healthy vitality of the human population, where there's love, kindness, compassion, forgiveness, tolerance, etc., flowing through all humanity. That's it. One other piece, the collective and the individual. So people will say, okay, great. You know, you and I and all the people in the center and everybody connected to this wisdom will behave this way. But what about, you know, countries that fight with each other and whatever? So as they say, what is a country? A country is just the totality of all the people in that country. So then what is the behavior of a country is just the totality of all the energy of the people in that country. So just as an example, in a negative way, you take whatever, millions of people in a country, and each one has a little bit of anger at thievery. They don't want, I don't think any of us want to be stolen from, but we all in some way have probably experienced thievery, and so we get angry. Now imagine millions and millions of pieces of anger at thievery adds up to a country. And therefore, on a collective level, a country will act angrily, i.e. violent or what have you, towards another country that they perceive is stealing from them. And therefore, the source of all the hatred and the violence and the discord between countries is just the big picture, the macrocosm of the microcosm of millions of people of that country that are angry at thieves or angry at whatever. I'm sure you get the idea. The beauty of that is, as the Kabbalists teach us, every single one of us has the power and the capability to change the world, because in essence, we are the world. I am connected to the one soul, the one human being that came into this world. You are connected as one to the one being. And this is why the Kabbalists in their writings say we have to feel and act as if the whole world is mine. Not in a selfish way that I can take over and yes, whatever. No, in the way that I have power to influence the entire world. I have the capability to influence the entire world. This is what the center is teaching us. The beauty is, as we will all unite, we can speed up the impact we have on the world around us. We can accelerate the removal of pain, suffering, and death, chaos, and discord by shining more and more of our light out into the world. If you've followed Michael Berg's consciousness on Saturdays, and in general, he's been emphasizing that we have such an amazingly quantum capability, more than we can even imagine. And yet we have to hold that consciousness, how big and powerful we are. We are empowered with the infinite light of the Creator. We have, as we're emphasizing today more and more, because as you look at the chaos of the world, how long do we want to wait for the end of pain, suffering, and death? We have the capability, each one of us. If you think about, even in simple, again, metaphorical or analogous terms, you and I are a entire human being. Yes, the major organs, the heart, the brain, whatever, you talk like that. But, so we often sort of dismiss or ignore the power of every part of our body. But think of this simple example. You're on your way to a business meeting. In your mind is all the things that are important to the meeting, what you want to say, what presentation you're going to make, so that the meeting will be successful and you will achieve your goal. You're focused. And as you're walking down the hallway towards the meeting, you happen to bang your toe on a piece of furniture or what have you. Here's your baby toe gets hurt. Before that moment, you're ignoring it. You don't pay much attention to it, whatever. Even among the organs of your body, it's so minor. But the moment it now gets hurt, suddenly all of your being, all of your mind, all of your thoughts are focused on the pain of the toe and what you need to do about it. Out of your head, at least for that moment, goes everything you were just thinking about the business meeting. Out of your head goes everything that was going on at home or in your business or in the world around you, and your entire focus is on that baby toe that just got hurt. In an analogous way, you and I are one piece of 8.5 billion pieces that make up that one spiritual human being, that one original human being. And therefore, in that same way, understand the power we have, that even though in our own mind often we think we are powerless, we are not influential enough to be able to impact the world, but like that baby toe, we, in a positive way, the more light we will reveal, the more we will pause and share light instead of darkness, the more we will pause and shine and reach the heart and soul of every person on earth and wake up the power of the Creator in them, the more everyone, like we said, when the little toe gets hurt, the entire body, thoughts, the entire physiology is focused on how to heal and turn back to harmony, painlessness, that little toe. Now imagine on a spiritual level, the more of us united to shine light to the heart and soul of every human being, to overwhelm them with such light that it wakes up the light inside their heart and soul to be more powerful, and therefore in the same way heal by transformation the reactive behaviors, to remove the blockages that have allowed the sense of disconnect from other people on earth, to have the illusion of divisiveness, separateness, anger, hurt projected out on other people instead of taking responsibility to behave more godlike. Imagine now we are that, metaphorically, that tiny baby toe, but we are projecting the infinite light of the Creator out to the world. Imagine the transformation that can happen, as I believe it's the prophet Jeremiah said, changing the world in the blink of an eye. Like light, the moment you turn it on in your house, instantaneously, the light takes away the darkness, and illumination remains and is revealed in that room. So today, let's realize what God really wants: a world of peace, love, and unity. And it's in our hands. It's not in God's hands. God's job was done when it created our soul. The one soul filled us with light. But God has given us the capability and the power to transform this world, to create heaven on earth, and that's the reason we're here, is to manifest eternal blessings, and manifest heaven on earth, to have eternal peace. It's up to us. And it's up to us when, not if. So today, let's unite and do now. Pause, share the light. Pause, share the light. Let's do now the transformational effort that in our collective energy, we will make peace on earth show up. Harmony and joy and unity among all humanity. We can make it happen now. God bless. Those of you who are new, this is the time we have an offering. Whatever you are capable, whatever your heart tells you to share with the center, because our goal is, as you've heard today, peace on earth, uniting humanity. Those of you who've been around, those of you who are regular contributors, I want to thank you, but I also want to remind you, make sure not only you have one of these, and if you're new, look into it. The Zohar is a book physically, but because it's in Aramaic, the original language or DNA of the soul, as we're going to do our meditation here in a moment, it just shines the light of God infinitely, most powerfully. And therefore, one, have it with you. That's why you made it pocket size. It can be in your purse, your pocket, so you're surrounded in a sphere of light. The more we spread it around the world, the bigger the sphere of light we are surrounding the world with. And when there's enough Zohar in the world, no more darkness. No more darkness. It's only peace and harmony, love and unity. So this offering is, yes, on one level to keep the centers able to function, but most importantly is to empower this mission, this goal of spreading the Zohar around the world by teaching the wisdom of Kabbalah that transforms the way we look at life and the way we deal with life on a daily basis. So yes, I want to thank you for all that you have given to the center. Those of you that are giving now, and let me just put okay, give me a second. Okay. Oh. There we go. So I put the link of where you can send your donations. And let's just do our meditation. So take a moment. Remember, money is just a vessel. The consciousness that we put in it, and therefore the way we use it, will determine, does it bring us lasting fulfillment or, heaven forbid, not? And so we want to put our love, kindness, gratitude, appreciation into this gift that we share through the center. The biggest picture to bring peace and harmony to the world by awakening the light of God in the heart and soul of every human being. And also on an individual level, through this gift, by means of this gift that we share with the center, empowering the collective worldwide project of peace and harmony to all people. Our gift, our offering, empowers us, connects us to this worldwide network of the light of God, transformation of chaos to order, darkness to light, discord to harmony and peace, hatred to love. And therefore we are accessing this worldwide network and benefiting in the microcosm of our own personal life. And therefore we put again the energy of love, gratitude, appreciation, and also our true heartfelt desire to awaken the power of God inside every human being that will overwhelm whatever darkness, limitations, illusion, falsehoods that we've all been carrying, and manifesting the oneness that we truly are, and seeing now in our time peace, harmony, love for all human beings. Amen. For those of you, many of you have been with us for a while, what you see in front of you is one of the 72 names of God. It's made up of 3 Aramaic or Hebrew letters. The Kabbalists teach, and many other spiritual teachings say the same thing, that the Hebrew letters are primordial. They came out of the endless world into this world, as did our soul. They are particles of the light of the Creator, and they just radiate frequencies of the light of the Creator. In this case, Resh, Yud, Yud, this combination is the ability, is the power of removing hatred. Now, hatred simply on a fundamental spiritual level means disconnection from the light inside one's own soul, and a disconnection from the light that's extended into those other 8.5 billion bodies. And therefore, hatred is pulling the plug on one's own connection to the light. And therefore, we want to remove that disconnect and reconnect, if you will, turning hatred to love. And many of you, I'm sure, understand the idea that even hating another person is a very powerful connection to that person. We often don't think about it, but when one person hates another and thinks that they'll never see them, they're disconnected from them, etc. No, hatred connects one person to the negativity of the other person. And therefore, it's not benefiting either one of them. So we want to use Resh Yud Yud to overcome our feelings of hatred or animosity, resentment, etc., and reconnect ourselves by shining our light to the heart and souls of other people to help them also remove their disconnect. Resh Yud Yud, just let the shapes be engraved in your mind's eye. Resh Yud Yud, and the names. And then let's sit comfortably in your seat, feet flat on the floor, hands in your lap. Taking a few deep breaths to relax into the light of the Creator in and around us. Breathing in through the nose, hold the breath for a moment, exhale through your mouth. Breathing in through your nose, hold the breath for a moment that it fills your being head to toe. Exhale through the mouth, letting go of any blockages, releasing the tension, stress, allowing light to be awakened inside you and feeling the embrace of the light all around you. Yourself to open heart, mind, and soul to the light of God in you and all around you. Feel that vibration of unconditional love increasing, intensifying in the most powerful and yet pleasant way. Notice the relaxation, how much more peaceful and serene you feel as you connect to the light, as your consciousness is more and more focused on that light. And let's together envision Resh, Yud, Yud, those 3 nanoparticles of light, conduits of the infinite light of God. See them just above your head. Resh, Yud, Yud. Each one shining, powerful light of the Creator. See and feel the light emanated from this combination. And together we let Resh Yud Yud, this name of God, enter through the top of our head. Feel it, sense it in your mind, reaching the place of consciousness and awakening the consciousness of love, unity, the greater perception of the light that fills your soul, the awareness of how massive is the power the Creator has given you, me, and every human being on earth. And also the Resh Yud Yud, strengthening our consciousness of the soul, that there is only one soul. The greater awareness that we are all on this one spiritual internet, that we are affecting each other 24/7. And allowing the Resh Yud Yud to increase the volume, the clarity of the voice of our soul over the voice of the opponent. And now, allow the Resh Yud Yud and the energy of removing blockages through transformation, the power of revealing true love, light, and unity. Let it flow from head to toe, activating the light of the Creator that exists in every cell of your body, spiritually and physically. Keeping the consciousness that the Resh Yud Yud, as it flows from head to toe to every cell of your being, awakening to a higher level and accelerating the revelation of the unrevealed light inside you, inside humanity. Removing the illusion of separateness that has caused hatred and resentment, discord between people. And revealing the oneness, the interconnectedness, the unity that the light of the Creator has always connected humanity. And consciously allow this light, Resh Yud Yud, that now vibrates in every cell of your being, especially the consciousness and the heart and soul. Let's together emanate a beam of light, Reish Yud Yud, from our heart and soul out through the heart and soul of all your friends and family, loved ones, to the heart and soul of every human being on earth, out to every part, to every one of the 8.5 billion pieces of ourself that's extended out into those beings. That the whole network, the whole spiritual internet is shining only the light of the Creator. Love, unity, peace, harmony. Take note of this higher vibration of pure unconditional love that's emanating out of you, that surrounds you, that fills your being. Feel the goodness. Feel the serenity that comes from this light and the sense of lasting fulfillment that is growing in you right now. And knowing as it grows in each of us, it also grows in the world collectively. We envision together the world of peace, all humanity in the Garden of Eden of heaven on earth. The smiles, the happiness, the joy. Recorded in your heart, soul, and mind, that it stays with you, stays with us as a motivating factor. As an ideal, as a goal, an objective to be achieved now, in our life, in our lifetime, and in the world. Let this be an anchor that as you pause, the vision shows up immediately and therefore strengthens your ability to send light into the darkness. No matter the situation, no matter what's going on the outside, to send the light of the Creator to transform darkness to light, chaos to order, divisiveness to unity and peace. And together, let's take one more deep breath, anchoring it in forever and moving us forward faster. And as you exhale, slowly opening your eyes. Thank you for joining us. In a few moments, it will be here recorded on the Spiritual Sunday page. please just click share. Send it out to the world. You never know who is going to connect to it, who is going to find it, but there are millions of people who are ready for this wisdom. They're, as we might call it, on the fence. And by you sending it out, and all of us sending it out, we're reaching those people and bringing them off the fence and into the side of light, peace, harmony, and love. I wish you an amazing day, evening, and a great week until we meet again. God bless. Thank you for joining us. If you liked what you saw, subscribe to this channel that you'll be notified when we post new videos. Share the video with your friends, they can also benefit. And check out the website, www.kabbalah.com, that's Kabbalah, for hundreds of articles and classes. Wish you an amazing day, and God bless.